Classic League Podcast time!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 336 of the Classic Elite Podcast. My name is Scott. Got Kevin with me for take two. Kevin, how you doing, man?
Hey, that was me opening my beer can for the second time. I'm good. You know what's weird? We were talking about before, because this is our second take. We were talking about the 90s and 80s and how there's a song in there that goes, woo, yeah, woo, yeah. And I couldn't remember what it was called, and the song's name was, do you remember?
It takes two to make a thing go right.
It takes two. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Second
It
recording?
takes two,
It
yes.
takes two.
It takes two. That's a good fun.
Sometimes the universe just points and laughs, baby.
There we
You're
go.
just like, Kevin's going to string some bullshit to make this make sense.
Well, what was strange was my mic flickered again. So I must have like a power issue or something going on.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know. So
I like last week's podcast. I just started screaming, "No, Scott! No, Scott! Behind you, Scott! No!" And everything went silent. I make myself laugh. It's so bad.
It was fun. So, welcome everybody to the 336th episode. We are a video game podcast, so we're light on news this week. So we're probably just gonna ramble and hang out for a bit. Probably give 45 minutes or an hour. Talk about the week and whatnot. Kevin, I'm drinking a beer for the first time on stream in ages.
Ooh, what is it?
It is a collaboration beer of Brew and Evil Twin.
Ooh, that sounds fascinating.
It's a Nitro Imperial Vietnamese coffee stout.
Ooh, I have never heard or had that before.
It's got a neat can.
Evil Twin. I
Yeah.
wonder if I can get my hand on that.
My business partner went to Brew, which is kind of like a hotel resort kind of thingy. They got them all over, and it's like a brewery hotel thing. So he picked that up, as well as another one that if the stream keeps going like this, I will definitely crack into, that I don't know the name of right now. So, yeah, it's been kind of a heck of a week. It feels like can't believe it's only a Wednesday, sort of a week.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
But I was gonna say,
how's COVID going for you?
COVID's not going great. So
we're opening up the economy next week. We're opening up again.
Okay.
And my daughter's going back to school, which is rad.
We we did expand the curfew to 11 p.m. instead of 10 p.m. where I live.
Oh, you guys are curfewed. I didn't know that.
So we're getting pretty crazy. Yeah. So outside of that, I watched. Did you see anything about a documentary that Quentin Tarantino recommended? No. That Tarantino recommended. It was about people at this car dealership that would keep their hand on a car and whoever kept their hand on the car the longest won a car.
Oh, it was like a competition?
Yeah. And it
took place I haven't heard that.
Took place in the 90s, and Quentin Tarantino, I saw on Twitter that this is one of his go-to movies or whatever, for a recommendation.
Really?
Yeah, and so I watched it, and it was pretty good. It's an interesting movie.
That reminds me of the competition with the woman who wanted to win a Wii. The competition was hold your Wii to win a Wii.
Did she die?
Remember that? She died, yeah.
Yeah, she drank, yeah.
That sucks.
It was like a radio stunt or something.
Yeah, it was a radio thing.
No one died in this, but it's the same level of manipulation. Like they're having
What's
people.
What's the name of it? I want to check that out.
Hand on hard body. Hand on the hard body or something, which it looks like I bought porn on my debit card.
Where was it?
Because I bought it directly from the site. Like that's the name of the movie.
Oh.
The movie's called Hand on Hard Body. So it says like $5 from Hard Bodies on my debit card statement.
That's funny.
So
see the weed place here in Toronto. If you buy from it, the ones that are not, governed by the government, it says something buffet on your on your statement.
Yeah.
I'm like, well done. Now my mom will never find out.
Yeah.
Which she listens, by the way. Hello, mother. and I found out my brother listens as well. Hello, brother.
Hi, Mom. Hi, brother. How you guys doing?
Mm-hmm.
I hope you don't mind an American hanging out with your son.
No, they're
Picking on him for being Canadian.
They're ashamed of me as it is.
Yeah, well.
Speaking of shows that we've been watching, there's a show on Amazon Prime. I don't know if it's the same in the States, but it's called My Retro Life. I've been wanting to talk about this for like 2 weeks, and I forgot about it until just now. Have you heard of it?
I have. I know nothing about it, though.
It's like a 10-minute docu-series, like 10-minute segments. I forget what the guy's name is who made it. My Retro Life.
Oh, wait. I've seen him on YouTube. He was like, yeah. I know of who you're talking about.
And I was like, let me just check this out. It's only 10 minutes because it has like something to do with video games. And I was like, oh, I'm in. I want to watch like
his dad was like videotaped everything.
And that was the crazy thing. And how many gifts this kid got when he was like 7? It's like, wow, you got Punch Out, Metroid, Super Mario 2, Super Mario 3, Ninja Turtles, like Mortal Kombat. Like they got all these games in one Christmas. And I was like, wow, I got one game every 2 years, you bastard.
Yeah.
Like white people, man, I'm telling you. He had all the money. They had camcorders recording everything. They had so much footage of him. He was like a Let's Player, like back in the day before.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a cool thing to check out if you're into like retro games, and you must be if you're listening to this podcast. But yeah, it's 10 minutes. It's short. I just completely forgot about it.
That's on Prime. That's awesome. I know that the video game years from this guy was associated with Retroware, so I'm assuming that that's how he got connected. But the video game years or whatever was also on Amazon Prime. It's not anymore, but it was.
And there's a documentary on Netflix about video games too. High Score, I think it's called. I haven't checked it out though.
I haven't either. I feel like I'm too down the YouTube rabbit hole that nothing at that commercial level is going to be interesting to me.
Whereas I don't really watch YouTube. I watch commercial level documentaries. I mean, King of Kong was good. Like it was.
King of Kong was, absolutely. That blew my mind. I was shocked.
Even when I watch it with my wife, she doesn't care, right? But she's watching, she's like, "That son of a bitch." I'm like, "Right? Isn't he such an asshole?"
See, I tried to get the girl I was dating at the time to. I got to pick the movie. I randomly picked that, knew nothing about it, and like I'm enthralled, right? And she was bitching the whole time. She sucked.
Really?
Anyway.
About what?
She's a shitty girlfriend. She's a
piece of shit. Fucking dumbass.
Sucks.
Stupid.
Chicks, man.
Speaking of which, I also ordered a game off eBay, which is stupid. And I didn't really want it, but okay, I'm not gonna bury the lead. Project X Zone. Ever play Project X Zone? So I played this game for the 3DS when the 3DS first came out, and I was wanting to play it again because I'm replaying all my 3DS games on my 3DS XL because bigger screen. And I'm like, I wonder if there's a part 2, and I couldn't find it on the digital store. And I'm like, okay, I guess not. But then there was DLC on the digital store, or like an update for the game that doesn't exist. So I'm like, okay, so it does exist.
Okay.
And I looked it up on eBay, and it was going for like $100, $200, but the game was going for $30. The shipping was like $30, $40 from America. But I found a copy that quote unquote was water damaged, but works.
Okay.
The box itself is water damaged for $30.
Okay.
And I was like, fuck it. Like, obviously this game is rare and hard to find because apparently it got taken off because of licensing, because it has a bunch of characters from Capcom, Sega. They all like combine into like a weird tactical game. Like it's a tactical game, kind of like XCOM and
okay, or like a Bravely Default or whatever.
Yeah, it's not an RPG. It has RPG elements. But anyways,
well, I guess there's tactics in that. Sorry.
Oh yeah, so I ordered a 3DS game off eBay. $30 I didn't really want. I was like, fuck. After I asked the guy, I'm like, does it work? He's like, the game works fine. The box is just like kind of water damaged. I was like, okay. And I bought it. And I was like, fuck. Like, I'm not going to play it. I just want to have it on my shelf. I want to play it, but I have 400 other games to play. Anyways, I felt really bad and lost sleep for like 2 hours. I was like, fuck me. That $30 could have saved. I could have bought something else.
I'm with you, man. I've had a little itch to play not only the 3DS, but the Vita. But I've been kind of keeping both of those charged recently. I just saw a tweet. This isn't what caused me to do that, but someone had mentioned that the 3DS is 10 years old.
Holy shit.
Like,
that makes sense.
It does, but also it's like the Pink Floyd song Time. It's like talking about how you have like time to kill a day or whatever, and before you know it, like 10 years is behind you.
Because I worked at Best Buy like 10 years ago. That makes sense.
I know, but that's crazy. I remember being like I had like an adult job, and my buddy Matt got a 3DS. He got the Aqua one, like when it launched. Sorry, I've got the wrong camera view. I'm looking over there at you, but I need to be looking here at you. And I remember stopping by his desk and playing Street Fighter 4 and being like, "Oh, this is like cool. Like the 3D works. This is nuts." And I can't believe that was 10 years ago.
I remember not knowing what the 3D looked like. I was like, I can't picture it.
Yes, exactly. That's why I can't believe it was 10 years ago. I went to Matt's desk to play it. I was like, it's impossible. What do you mean it works without glasses? No.
Yeah. I had to go to like the kiosk. I was working at Best Buy and I had to like hold it. Like, I don't see it. I see like double. No, hold it this way. No, I still don't see it. No,
oh, that's what you meant.
Like the 3D, like the pop out.
Oh, I thought you couldn't grasp how it would work until you saw it. I'm sorry.
No, both. I both. I like trying to imagine it. I didn't like. I thought the 3D was like Star Wars when they're like the hologram image and like that's what I was thinking. Like, holy, it's standing out, right?
Yeah.
And when I saw the 3D, I was like, oh, it's like pop in. Looks like it's like deep. I was kind of hoping for more pop outs, but then they have those slides that you can get like from the Me games. What's it called? The Journey game or
I know what you're talking about. The AR stuff, like.
Yeah, and there's like you can see slides, and one of the slides of Kirby or Rhythm Heaven, one of the birds flies directly at the camera and it looks like it's popping out. I'm like, that's what I was talking about, and it's very rare. The Sega 3D games actually are the only ones that do the pop-ups.
3D Land lets you select it, the Mario 3D Land,
but even then, it's very tame, like the pop out. It's like it could be better. But wow, that's crazy. 10 years.
I'll agree with you. I would be devastated if I lost my 3DS. I have bought so much software. I had to go to like the littlest tile set and still have to scroll to the right. Like it's what a great system. I love the 3DS.
I mean, I'm playing my Game Boy games on it right now, and it's the fact that you can play DS games on it is also rad. Because if you have an R4 like I do, you can play DS games whenever you want.
Does the R4 just work just sticking it straight in, or did you have to get a 3DS R4?
No, so I have the R4 for the DS for the 3DS.
Oh, okay.
So it's R4 made for DS games only, but
gotcha.
It works on the 3DS. Yeah,
my R4 card. I've got one for my regular DS XL.
Yeah, it might work on your 3DS. Have you ever tried it?
No, I haven't even thought to. Which is silly,
right? So yeah, I bought one specifically called R4 Gold 3DS.
Cool.
DS. So it works. But anyways, yeah, it's a great system. When I had the original 3DS and then I saw the 3DS XL, like I only got the 3DS XL 2 years ago now, and I was like, yeah, I've been playing on this dinky little screen. The battery life sucks. And then it was cool to move the little software over because the little Pikmin, like
oh yeah,
the
Wii to the Wii U did that too. Had the little Pikmin that moved the stuff for you.
And then the new 3DS came out, which obviously doesn't sound like it did very well. But the 3DS also didn't do very well at the beginning. Remember, they had to like offer what was that program called?
The ambassador program. Because what they did was in the first 6 months they dropped the price from $250 per console down to like $179 or something crazy. And that's the thing is my buddy Matt, he like kicks himself because he sold his 3DS to get something else. And he's like, man, I wish I still had that thing.
I would never get rid of it.
I really loved the 3DS. Super Mario 3D Land, I did that thing. I did one save file where I actually completed it. I beat, got all the gold flags, beat every level, beat every bonus level with Mario, getting every single coin. Did it all with Luigi. Adored that game. Donkey Kong Country Returns is fantastic. That was awesome on there.
That was the Wii version, right? Or was it?
Yeah, it was a Wii version, but the buttons were fixed. There was no shaking. It was great. Luigi's Mansion on it, I really, really loved. I didn't
Metroid too.
The newer Metroid, I haven't finished it, but that was really fun. Yeah. It had the Gunman Clive games, which was like $5 for both of them.
One of the games that had the best 3D effects pop out is the Gunman Clives.
Yes.
I actually bought it because of you guys on your recommendation, like way back in the day.
Hell yeah! Well, I just bought it one day and was like, I'm making a YouTube video about this. It actually did really well. People still watch that. Every now and again, I'll get like comments. I got Shovel Knight on there. Even though I don't really care for that port as much. You are 100% right. Those Sega 3D classics are fantastic, like Outrun
really
and
are.
Gunstar
Yep.
Heroes, and I've got Sonic
And the fact that
Generations on there. That game is
yep,
good. Like,
except for the fucking Dreamcast level, I'm stuck. I'm actually funny you say I'm playing Sonic Generations right now on it because that's Sonic and Knuckle levels, which the console version didn't have.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. But even like the fact that it played NES games, it played Game Boy games, like that. You can buy it from the store and play
Super Mario
3
6
on
Golden
the go.
Coins, baby. Like, I
Yeah.
absolutely played that. I've got
And Club Nintendo helped a lot too. They're like, hey, you have 800 coins, go you get yourself a free game, buddy.
yeah.
I remember when Club Nintendo shut down. They're like, here's a list of all our games.
I
And I was
don't.
like, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Yeah, they just gave a bunch of games for
Oh,
free
wow.
for coins.
I've got all the Mega Mans on there that I've bought. I've
Yep,
got
Mega Man Legacy, I got that
Mario 1 and Mario 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. The 3DS is just. I've got hundreds of hours in that thing. What an awesome system.
And I have the Kid Icarus on there, which I loved.
I've always wanted to play that. Did you do
great.
did you use the stand and the stylus? Did you prefer that method?
That's the only way to play is with your.
Oh, I thought
stylus.
there was a kind of a gimped option.
No. It's only like either left or right, so you can use the joystick or use the buttons. But that's the only way to play the game. It hurt like hell to play after a while, but it was one of the best 3DS games. And when I worked at Best
3D
Buy,
Pit Cross, I freaking loved on that.
I used to buy a bunch of used 3DS games for like $3 with the employee discount. They were like 20 that no one's ever heard of, but I used to buy it because I was like $3, why not? And that's how I came in contact with a bunch of like games that no one else would have really cared about.
Yeah.
What's that like car racing spy game from back in the day, like Top View?
I wanted to say Spy Hunter.
Oh, it is. Maybe it's Spy Hunter. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. There's a 3DS version of that game.
Okay.
It's awesome. Like I bought it for like $3. I was like, hell yeah.
So
Funny enough, my 3DS is the one system I never modded. I could never figure it out. Even now, I have no idea how to mod it.
I believe that you can get a isn't there a I don't have it near me. Isn't there an SD card slot? I think that you can.
Yeah.
Okay, you can do it now. I'm pretty sure.
Because I've never looked into it.
I want to say maybe even fairly recently, the Modern Vintage Gamer put out a video about it.
Really? Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah.
I've supported the 3DS for long enough.
Oh, I've spent
Nintendo's
hundreds
no
of
longer
dollars.
supporting.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
even. I actually would be too scared to mod mine. If I wanted to mod, I have enough other stuff I would mod. I'm actually considering modding my Vita.
Oh, dude, I can help you with that. It's so fun. You want every system, you got it.
No,
Even
but does
arcade
it
ports?
like
Yeah.
still let me do the PlayStation Store and
Yep.
my current game so flawlessly?
Yep.
Like, okay.
Yep. The only thing that sucks about the Vita is their fucking proprietary stupid memory card.
Oh, you know what? I splurged, man. I got a big old chunker on mine.
Yeah, I had a 32 gig that just got corrupted and stopped working, so I had to buy a 16 gig because I can't buy 32s anymore. Not for a reasonable price.
Fuck. Okay. Well.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the Vita modding is awesome, easy, and you can FTP from anything. You don't have to plug it into anything. So I get like a ROM on my phone and FTP it to my Vita from my phone.
That's some old school stuff. That's some
Old school. I'm thinking
Hack the Matrix. Yeah, I was trying to make a hackers reference and I just couldn't spit it out. You know what I mean? I'm like, it was there. There was a hackers joke in there somewhere. Okay, next up. This is the Brew Dog Nitro Jet Black Heart Vanilla Oatmeal Milk Stout.
Oh, milk. That must be creamy. You next to the mic.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to that.
What's a Nitro?
Really nice. I'm drinking Burst.
I'm excited, man.
Brewery.
We're making a Nitro, or we're making a stout, a coffee and vanilla stout.
Nice.
And we're going to get feedback from people and have some of it on our Nitro tap and some of it on our regular, and see if people have a preference or whatnot. We're trying to do some experimental stuff
to be a sampler for you.
It's fun. It's fun. We've been getting a lot of good feedback, so it's certainly been an encouraging start. So
nice.
Hopefully we can keep it going. But,
I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Probably
what
not.
it is you wanted to say last week?
Yes, Zarek, I want to drive to Georgia and give you a kiss, my friend. Zarek, our good friend Zarek, had left us a comment on the last episode, and part of it was like, "Did you ever remember what you were going to say?" I didn't. I think it has something to do with sports. I'm like, that's exactly what it was. And why it's not important to you, Kevin. So, Kevin, a lot of Americans are excited because EA is making a football game about college athletes. So you can support schools and colleges.
I thought they already made those games.
They stopped in 2014.
Oh.
So they're bringing it back.
Cool, man.
So, yeah.
Cool.
That's I guess it's good I forgot it. I didn't ever really get into those games very much, despite me being a very big college football fan. I really never got into the football games very much, except for Madden 92 on the Sega Genesis.
I wonder if people in Canada play those games, or if they even sell those games. They must, right?
Yeah.
But why would anyone in Canada?
Well, maybe not NCAA, but Madden for sure.
No, I'm talking about like the college football and college baseball games.
Maybe at like certain retailers, like maybe like a Walmart or like a Target or something. Maybe there's like agreements.
I can't imagine anyone wanting to buy it though. We don't know any of those players.
You know, but like a lot of Americans play FIFA, so maybe it's on that kind of. And a lot of Americans play NHL and hockey, even though we don't watch it.
That's true. Good point. Well done.
But I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know. It's possible.
I mean, I wasn't a WCW guy, but I wouldn't touch a WCW game with a 10-foot pole. I was all about the WWF. Attitude, Warzone, hell yeah.
Oh, I was over it by then.
Good for you.
I'm not always. God.
I was over it then. I have women.
Oh my God, it was not meant to be like that. I'm just saying I can't relate to the fucking era. Jesus.
That was a good era. But yeah, that's
attitude,
pretty much.
If you ask me. That was terrible. That was terrible. Okay, we got to move on.
Anyways, I don't know if
thank you, Zarek.
Yes, thank you. Scott can now sleep at night. I don't know if you saw any games that are coming out that stuck out to you or anything or.
Oh, new releases.
I have 2 that are coming out.
Let me look.
Well, I'll just talk about mine then.
Yeah.
Little Nightmares 2 is coming out on February 11th, which is a rad game. And it's one of those sleepy hits, I think, because now people are so excited for Little Nightmares.
Sleepy.
Yeah. I didn't even mean it.
We both got one. All right.
Shit. But yeah, people are excited about Little Nightmares 2. I liked Little Nightmares 1 a lot. It was one of my first games I talked about on the podcast when I first started. I was so excited to tell you, and he told me to hurry up.
God.
I was like, "Oh,
I'm sorry."
As a person in a raincoat. Yeah, okay, come on, Kevin. You have 6 other games. Anyways, part 2 is coming out, which is rad, and I'm excited. And yeah, they deserve that. And the big game, I guess, that came out or is coming out this week is. It
comes out in 2 days.
Oh my God, today's the 10th?
And I think I'm gonna buy it.
Oh, Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Did you already own it?
Yes.
I was playing it today with my daughter. I was like, she's like, I want that game. She saw the commercial where the people turn to cats.
Yeah.
She's like, I want that game. I'm like, you want that game? We have that game. Let's go play it right now. And she's like, this is fun. I'm like, I know. But I still want it on the Switch because it's a new console. I got to bust out the Wii controller and she's on this Wii U gamepad.
What is this, a baby's toy?
A baby's toy. Back to the Future. Nice. But yeah, you're going to double dip?
Yeah.
What are you, stupid? What are you, Kevin? Like, what are you doing?
I've done. Oh, hey, time out. I have done this before, so that you don't have exclusive rights to.
All right, fair.
You definitely own the bit, but the Bowser's Fury thing, it's new levels. It's like a new game essentially, so it kind of doubles it. I would totally gladly play through this again. So. Yeah,
I guess I'm killing the vibe by playing it again now. I'm like, I can play it. I mean, I don't want to pay. Remember, it was like the thing with Nintendo is like if these Switch ports were like budget prices, then I could double dip. But I'm not gonna buy Bayonetta again for $40 each. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
or sorry, 60. 40 is what I'm saying it should be. Even that's too expensive.
Look, yeah. But out of the, I want it. I don't care. I want it.
Sure.
I want to play it again. And I think that they added like some new mechanics and stuff. I believe in the Bowser's Fury thing. But I did hear it's a little open worldy.
Yeah, it kind of looks like reminds me of Sunshine, the way it looks.
Okay, so
The video I saw today.
But you know what? I'm ready for another. Dude, I've only been able to play one game lately, and I'm gonna need something that's not just like wrecking my spirit.
Oh, Cyber Shadow.
Oh my god, dude! It is just bending me over a barrel and giving it to me. It's awful. I mean, I'm loving it. It's a great game.
Yeah.
I just I want to get to the end so bad so that I can go on YouTube and watch like speedruns of it.
It's kind of feel a binding right now. I'm like so close to finishing one save file. When I die, I'm just like, what a waste of time that was.
Every time I get to like a new save, like every checkpoint feels like I've climbed Mount Everest. I'm like, oh my god, it is so hard. I'm getting better at it, which is helping. Man, it's a tough game.
Like binding right now, I have to finish because I finished the game. I'm just doing the extra challenges to 100% it. I got to finish a 5 win streak, which is almost impossible, with 5 different characters. Now the problem is I keep dying on the 3rd or 4th character I choose.
Okay. And so that's in one go.
Not one run. You can go. You can wait. But the thing is, I forget who I last played as. So I actually have a spreadsheet with check marks that I created. I'm like, did him. So today I was playing it and I'm like, okay, finally finished my 3rd. Mark that guy off. And then I looked at the game and it's like win streak 2. I'm like, who did I not play as? I thought I did 3, but I only did 2, but I checked out 3 people. So one of those people I can play. But those 3 people are like the easy quote unquote people to play as. So if I get, and so that's one of the challenge. The other challenge is to get the daily challenge. Every day they have like a daily challenge that they release.
Okay.
And you gotta get 5 win streak without losing on these daily challenges, which suck as well because I hate anything involving online. But yeah, it's kind of the same feeling of like every time I beat, I'm just like, oh yes. It's satisfying. I hate it so much. Very.
You're almost there though. Like it's going to be a happy day when.
Just for this, then I gotta do it again 2 more times because of good old fashioned save files. And
I meant you're gonna do 100% on the 3 save files too, like dumbass.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, why wouldn't I?
But you're but you're struggling this much to finish the first save file, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No judgment.
I'm the weird one over here.
No. I'm just making sure I'm following.
Because if you do the 1 save file, it'll say 2 more save files to go, and then when you do all 3, it has like 100,000% complete all across all 3.
Okay. I guess I had in my head that you were going to be happy with just the 1 save file.
No, okay. I'm about in my like Binding of Isaac completion. I'm about 20%, but on this 1 save file, I'm 98%. But to get the whole like, and then Repentance comes out in like the end of March. So yeah.
So you have a forever game. That's nice.
Yeah, I love it. I have no problem with playing Binding of Isaac forever and ever. Speaking of which, there's all the games that came out or that was looking forward to.
Yeah, so are we ready to talk about the news?
Yeah, let's get into news. All right, so first thing, more Nintendo titles coming to Nintendo Switch Online on February 17th. I, again, don't know any of these games, but I'm always happy that they're doing this. So for the SNES, a game called Doomsday Warrior. It's like a weird fighting game. Have you ever heard of it?
Doomsday Warrior? No.
Yeah, okay, neither have I. Another game is called Psycho Dream. Have you ever heard of that one?
Nope. Psycho Dream? Nope.
It's like I don't know what the hell it is. It's like adventure game. You play as a knight. You're climbing shit. And then a game called Prehistoric Man, which kind of reminds me of Joe and Mac caveman games. It mixed between that and Wonder Boy because you collect fruits. So these are 3 games that I've never heard of. They're coming out for the SNES and for the Nintendo game.
Prehistoric is spelled fun. Prehistoric is spelled very 90s.
Yes, it is with a K.
Mm-hmm.
And Fire and Ice is the Nintendo game, which again I also never heard of. It looks very boring, and but hey,
You'd say the fighting game was Doomsday Warrior?
Doomsday Warrior is a fighting game, yes.
It looks awful.
Yeah, I know they all look awful, but I'm happy they're releasing these titles. Like it's, you know,
It got
Not Super Mario
Earthbound
RPG.
trending on. It got Earthbound trending.
always does. It always gets Super Mario RPG and Earthbound trending because that's the two games people want the most.
I bought that on my Wii and never got around to playing it. I really want to play that game someday. I want to play Final Fantasy VI and Super Mario RPG so bad. Like
You never? Oh, Super Mario RPG you bought on your Wii?
on my Wii, the 7 golden coins or 7 travelers tales or
Legend of the
whatever.
7 Stars?
Huh?
Traveler's Tale, Legend of the 7 Stars.
Yes,
Yes, that's a fantastic game.
I know. I heard it. It's made by Square.
There's even
and
a
their
Final
Prime.
Fantasy boss there, Crystal, which is awesome.
And like I do want. Eventually, I feel like I need to get Final Fantasy VI and Super Mario RPG as like off my list of games I haven't seen credits for.
That's like me and Chrono Trigger. I have to play it. I
You,
know.
I would be, and I would just genuinely be shocked if you didn't really like it.
Which one, Chrono Trigger?
Yeah.
I've tried to get into it like 4 times and I just can't.
It's really, really
I
good.
know.
And I don't even
know.
like those kind of games, and I think it's an A+.
I know. I'm the weird one. I know that. Just like Earthbound. Like I played Earthbound and I got stuck in the desert.
I didn't
was
like Earthbound very much.
I didn't either. I wasn't into it.
I feel like it's easier to find people that don't like Earthbound than it is to find people that don't like Chrono Trigger.
I know. I know I'm wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to
No, but I'm
encourage.
saying to like people who listen, I'm not saying that it's a bad game. It's me. I just missed the boat on that, I think. Fucking Comic Zone. You guys want to play Chrono Trigger? No, motherfucker, I'm playing Comic Zone.
You know what? You know what helped me? I think with Chrono Trigger as well was I didn't play it until I was an adult. I did not know of it when it came out in 1995.
Oh, no, neither have I.
I didn't have
No
it,
Chrono-
so I had no idea about it. And then like early in YouTube, I was watching like RetroWare TV and stuff like that. And that's where I learned about the game Chrono Trigger, was people talking about it on like either YouTube, like some copier of the Angry Video Game Nerd, you know, in like 2006 or 7 or something like that.
Irate guy or whatever.
And I I got an emulator on my laptop and started playing Chrono Trigger, and it was the first time I really genuinely enjoyed turn-based, menu-based combat. I was like, oh, this is okay. All right, I'm in. This is kind of cool. And I don't know, I just got like hooked and I enjoyed it. And you know, sometimes they'll say like your first Zelda is your favorite Zelda or whatever. Yeah. And so I think that like nothing will ever beat Chrono Trigger for me, because for me,
RPG?
It was first time I enjoyed turn-based combat. Yes.
Huh.
If you count like Zelda, then no. But if you count like a JRPG, it was Chrono Trigger was my first one.
Just like Final Fantasy VIII was my first one, and that's why that's like forever. I'm like, nothing can be Final Fantasy VIII, and I get it's the worst one, but wow, I really am fucked up. Like I have all the worst. You know, like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VIII.
I got lucky. You know, it was like I haven't watched any movies, and someone's like, "You got to watch Godfather and Citizen Kane and Matrix." I'm like, "Okay, I'll start off with the good ones." You know, like I didn't have to. I tried a couple. I inadvertently bought. I thought that the Return of the King EA game for Lord of the Rings for PlayStation 2 was just going to be like the Two Towers hack and slash game. And it was like a turn-based RPG, and I had to like argue to have the Walmart lady take it back.
Oh, you're like, I don't want to.
Like, no, this is not what I thought it was, or no. So, anyways,
it's like me with Chrono Cross. I didn't even know that was a sequel to Chrono Trigger. Had no idea Chrono Trigger exists when I played that game back in like '99 or '98. I had no idea it was related to anything. I thought it was its own thing.
It's only kind of loosely related too. It's interesting.
Yeah, at the end, they reference Chrono and all the characters. Am I saying Chrono weird? I feel like I'm saying it weird.
To me, you are, yes, but you're
I'm definitely saying
it wrong. Yeah, I say it like with a long O, like a chrono.
Chrono. Okay, I'm saying Chrono.
Yeah.
Okay. Coronavirus.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Your brain's just like, eh. You know what? You know what I noticed? This year, I didn't have any hard times transitioning to writing 21 instead of 2020.
You want to get the fuck out of there? Like,
Usually it takes me to like April to get used to the new year, but like right out of the gate, I was like 21, no problem.
Get the fuck out of here, 20.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I mean, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I jumped in. Also, you said the NES has Fire and Ice coming.
Yeah.
Which is like a puzzly kind of game. Those are cool. Like I think Solomon's Key is kind of like that, maybe.
But again, I mean, Nintendo does this. They like dry drip these fucking games on. I mean, at least we're not paying for it like the Virtual Console was. You're like $5 for Fire and Ice, I guess. Now it's like part of the subscription. Could I buy anything, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Sorry. The funny thing about Chrono Trigger is that I bought it twice on my iPhone and on the DS.
I heard the DS version is like the one to play.
Yeah, it is because you have the top and bottom screen, but and I couldn't get into any of them.
And I guess a fixed translation, but like I kind of love the not terrible, the original translation.
I also think it's on the Super NES Mini, if I'm not mistaken.
Really, that'd be awesome.
I think it is.
It's on yours.
Yeah, but everything's on mine because I legally buy.
That's the joke, Kevin. Hey, Kevin, that's what I thought was the joke.
Don't talk to me, Chrono Trigger.
Chrono. No, you got me fucking saying it wrong. All right.
No, so it's not part of it, but it is part of my yes, Mini because of that. So it's not part of the original lineup for SNES Mini.
Okay.
Can't stop saying NES Mini.
Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time comes to next generation consoles, the PC and the Switch.
And if you have it on PS4 and Xbox One, motherfucker, you get that free upgrade. Shit, son, that upgrade is free. I don't know what I'm doing. Please stop me. I can't.
Who develops Crash? Is Crash Naughty Dog?
Activision?
Huh?
Activision? Well, originally it was Naughty Dog.
Okay.
Like Naughty Dog created Crash, and then
No, I don't.
But I don't like. You mean now? Who created it? Oh, yeah, it's Activision. Is it not? Are you judging me?
Activision? No, I genuinely do not know. Activision will be putting this game on Battle.net instead of Epic and Steam.
Okay.
On PC,
yeah, so it is Activision. Okay. What the hell is Battle.net? I've never heard of that.
Oh, it's Blizzard, the World of Warcraft launcher.
Oh, that makes sense. They're Activision. Don't you like own Blizzard?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, all right. But yeah, so if you have the original ones, or not the original one, if you have the downgraded one from the PS4 era, I don't know what voice that is.
I love how you require a console to have backwards compatibility.
I don't.
You like it?
Oh, like a new console that has backwards compatibility. Yeah, of course. But I'm saying if you
disparage the PS5's implementation of it in a really funny way.
No, I'm saying if you have the PS4 version, say I buy the game now because I want to play it on PS4, and then next week you get a PS5, motherfucker, that shit gets upgraded. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with enough free upgrade. Okay. I'm not cool with the PS4 version being played on my PS5. Either upgrade that shit. I want my backwards compatibility to be PS3, PS2, PS1.
Okay.
Not 4. 1.
I love you so much.
Upgrade.
You are so ridiculous. You
not
are
backwards.
Absurd.
Upgrade.
Okay.
Why would I want to play the Why would I want to play the PS4 version of Crash Bandicoot 4 when I can play the PS5 version? I want PS1 to be backwards compatible. It's not that hard to comprehend. It's awesome.
No, it's you're right. It's not hard to comprehend.
Would you want to play the Crash Bandicoot PS4 or PS5? Oh, please!
No, of course the PS5 version. I know.
So why give me the goddamn option? It's so stupid. Upgrading's fine. PS1, I want.
You are correct. I agree with you.
All right, cool.
And I'm not even being patronizing. I really mean that. It's funny.
I'm just pointing and laughing at you.
It's just so funny to me how much it drives you crazy when I don't really see that big of a difference. Like it makes
it's so stupid. It's so dumb. If you don't have a PS5 version of the game or an upgraded version, then I'm okay with playing my PS4 version because there's no other way to play it. But asking me if I want to play PS4 or PS5, that's a stupid question.
Hey, have an example. Yeah. Right now.
Okay. I'm in. Let's go.
So I'm watching Digital Foundry on YouTube, okay? Those are the hardcore analyzer guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's something wrong with the PS5 port of Division 2, okay? They've removed like none of the fog is working, so it looks really goofy, and the reflections and the shadows are loading the wrong backgrounds. So like it should show like a reflection of a car in the puddle, and it's like a reflection of a building in the puddle and not of the car. Like it doesn't reflect, the water doesn't reflect what it normally does on the PS5 version. It does on the PS4 Pro. The fog is there, and the reflections are working. So, if you wanted the fog and the reflections, I would, on my PS5, select playing the PS4 version.
So you're asking me between the choice of a broken game on the PS5 or a PS4 working game, which one I would choose?
Yeah.
The working one, of course, PS4. They just blow your mind. You're so sad.
No, I'm just like, I can't believe that we're talking about this as even a reality.
Which part?
That a PS5 game
is broken and the PS4 one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When to your point, you shouldn't even have the option to choose one or the other. If the good one, the new one should just work better.
Like here's how it worked back in the day. I had WW Attitude for my, or let's go with SmackDown. I had SmackDown. Actually, I don't know if that was on Nintendo 64. One of the games that I had, a wrestling game for PlayStation 1, had the videos of the wrestlers when they walk. It was like a full video in the background, like on a Titantron.
A full motion video.
FMV, not FMV video. That means FM, full motion video. It's like an ATM. You don't see automatic television.
Or when people say this, the SEC conference, the Southeastern Conference. Okay. Yes.
Conference. On the N64, they had like JPEGs on the Titantron of like 7 images that would like slide through because they couldn't do video, right? So did I go?
Were they all like 90s and like cool different angles?
No, it was the video.
Like, it was just like a slide.
Yeah,
that's great.
To make the video look like it was moving.
That's funny.
So then I go, oh geez, I wish I had the N64 or the PlayStation version. Like, no, that's what you chose and that's what you got. That's what I'm saying with these. If you had a PS5 and Destiny or Division 2 was your only option and the game's broken, tough. You gotta wait until they fix that shit.
You want blood? Get a Sega Genesis. Yes, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. So, que sera, sera. That's not where that line fits, but you know. Whatever.
I'm glad that you said, because I was about to go, wait, I don't get that. Explain it to me. And then you're going to go, no, it doesn't. You son of a bitch. I don't want to explain it.
No. But anyways, the cute thing is Crash Bandicoot is called It's About Time because it's been a long time since my Crash Bandicoot 4. That sentence made no sense. It was just a rant to go on to the next story. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Oh, go ahead. Ooh, awkward. Go for it. I didn't.
Sold more than 8 million copies. Like, no, we just started at the same time. That's all.
I muted. It's sold more than 8 million copies, which is good because it came out when, like in fall.
Yeah.
Well, that was a hiccup. That was a fat hiccup I just had.
2 of the games are turds. I just don't like 64 on that one.
I still have a soft spot for 64.
I do too. It's obviously fantastic. It just aged crappy. It's more like beer instead of wine. It was amazing when it was fresh and new. It's not so good old.
I mean, yeah, but
we've learned too much. Games are just better now. Galaxy is amazing.
Galaxy's fantastic, and I'm playing on handheld mode in bed now because if I play Binding of Isaac, I'll close my eyes and have the Tetris effect of Binding of Isaac. I've had dreams of Binding of Isaac. It's so dumb.
Oh
So
man, I just had a dream. I was about practicing, not a game. Practicing putting. I miss golf so fucking much that I'm dreaming about practicing. I don't even like to practice golf.
I didn't know you could practice golf. Isn't that what mini golf is? Just like have fun, go for it.
Yuck.
I was a Ring Scott Pilgrim, and even in his dreams, Ramona like was in his dream, and he's like playing Zelda in his head. He is like Link, and she's like, "Your dreams suck." He's like, "I'm sorry, I can't help it."
That's kind of funny.
What the hell are they saying? Oh yeah, so they sold a whole bunch of thick games, and I don't know. I'm happy with 3D All Stars. Hey, Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary is coming out soon, so just for fun. Do you think they're gonna come out with the Legend of Zelda compilation for the Switch? They have to, right? No, they have Ocarina.
I say Ock.
Man, my O's, they're all over the place. And Majora's Mask could be like compiled into one game. They had fucking Wind Waker on the Wii U. That hasn't come over yet to the Switch. Well, I'm predicting shit like crazy, son. Where the hell is Wind Waker? Nobody knows. Where'd it go? Is that you? Who knows? So that's definitely going to come out.
Skyward Sword remaster.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think Nintendo will just like skip this one.
Here's Animal Crossing.
Maybe they'll do like a Zelda Fortnite thing where
have a hat.
Well, it's like an 8-bit overworld, and it's you and 100 other links just trying to stay alive against Moglins or whatever they're called.
Yeah. No. Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what they're gonna release?
What?
The CDI versions of Legend of Zelda, all 3.
Oh yeah, they'll bring those to light.
Dope. Oh, my Portuguese came out. Hey, rapaz. I think they're definitely gonna do like a compilation of Legend. You have to after 3D All Stars. You have to bring back.
I think that's all. I think all that we'll get is the equivalent of the Super Mario 30th anniversary Tetris 99 kind of crap. I think that's the best you'll get.
No, they're gonna come out with Wind Waker and be like, "Here's a new game for the Switch."
Gonna do shit.
They will. Mark my words. On this day, February.
I hope you're right. I love Zelda. I hope you're right.
2021. That's the first time that happened. I actually said 2020. Yeah, let's see what happens in a few days. Hey, guess what? Chicken butt. No, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 has been teased. And have you seen this teaser?
It's awesome. It's got the Sonic 2 music.
Yes, Emerald Hill Zone. I was like, oh yeah. Oh, that's like it's the first level of every Sonic game, including Sonic 4. Which had there was a Sonic 4, which had a episode 1 and episode 2, and then I yelled at Sega, and then they never released the third one. Even Splash Hill Zone for that game has a fantastic.
See, Kevin, all these people that you yell at on Twitter just do worse stuff. You should.
Oh no! This was when I was a authentic reviewer.
Oh, when you were easily paid and bought for.
Yes. So my first 3D game. Oh, that's what I want to say back in the beginning of the podcast. My first review game from Nintendo was Super Mario 3D World. And before I even opened the box, I already wrote the review saying 10 out of 10. I mean, when Yoshi jumps out, Yoshi's not in the game, but I didn't know that at the time when I wrote the review. And they let me keep it. They're like, "Yay, buddy, you can have it." I was like, "Oh, my first Nintendo game." I did the same thing with Mario Kart. But anyway, my point is, I reviewed the game.
You reviewed Sonic the Hedgehog 2?
No, Sonic 4 was digital. So I reviewed episode 1, and then did I miss a joke? I saw your face like, "Oh, that idiot." It's okay. Don't worry. We're moving on. Sonic 4 episode 1, I gave like an 8. I was like, "This is awesome. You know, it could be a little bit faster."
It sucked.
And then Sonic 4 episode 2 came out, and I was like, "You started the game with an underwater level. What the fuck? How much slower can you go?" And then nothing. And I like to think that was me that stopped Sonic 4 episode 3.
Hey, way to get out there for the people. Luckily, eventually Sonic Mania happened, and that was A plus.
Yes. And Sonic the Hedgehog 2 trailer came out, and I had to explain to my daughter. She's like, "Oh, maybe in a third movie, Knuckles will show up." I'm like, "Obviously." Oh, you don't know the story. So in Sonic 1, I like told her the whole like lore between the first 3 Sonic games, and I'm telling her like the music is from the game, so I played like the game music for her, Emerald Hill Zone. It's like the meaty soundtrack.
Yeah.
And then I played her this version, which is like a full orchestra. I mean, you hear those bass drums, like it's so like
It's funny.
oh yeah.
Even like I say MIDI, like a middle, and you were like meaty, like mead or meat.
Like MIDI, like the format.
Yeah. No, you just pronounce it differently than me.
Oh, how do you say it?
I say MIDI, like in the middle. Yeah.
Have I been saying it wrong all these years?
I don't know if I don't think that's a right or a wrong thing. I just think that's a niche thing.
It's like Ryu and Ryu, like until you actually hear someone say like, "Oh, I've been saying it wrong."
Yeah. We've
Like, who am I
all
gonna speak to about meaty sounds? And like my wife, she's gonna be like, "It's MIDI, you idiot." Say it right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
How do you say melee? Do you say melee?
I say melee.
Okay.
Melee, yeah. How do you say IPA? Is it IPA? What kind of IPA are you drinking? This one. I don't know what that means. I say a lot of words incorrectly. Like,
So do I. I have a problem with nuclear. God, even that, I wouldn't say the nuclear. I know I've said that a whole bunch. All right, moving on. So Sonic 2 is good. We're going to watch it, blah, blah, blah. The next news story, or unless you had more that you wanted to say.
No.
Howard Phillips, the old Nintendo of America quality control person, is going to do a tell-all book about the secrets inside Nintendo. So that should be pretty interesting.
They're making a Console Wars documentary movie.
Is that the one that Seth Rogen is involved with?
Is he? Oh, that makes sense. I think
he wrote the foreword in the re-release of the book because of that.
Yeah, I didn't like the book. I felt like it was too.
I bought it, but I didn't read it. Never got around to it.
I didn't finish it. I felt like it was too. You know when you watch like a movie, like what's that guy's name? That nerd who made Apple. Help me out here.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. So there's a trailer for a Steve Jobs movie, not the one, maybe the one with Ashton Kutcher. It doesn't matter. But the trailer was like, I am an Apple guy, and like it shows like people in the audience are clapping their hands, and I'm like, this is a conference. Like it's a guy making a computer. Like relax with the whole like taking over the world.
And the demigod kind of crap. Yeah.
Like I'm like let's take a step back. People are shaking, like doing a back to the We Will Rock You, like. Stomp, stomp, clap, stomp, stomp, clap. And he's like talking in between the stomp, stomp, claps. I'm like, yeah, it's a conference. Like, relax. You don't like, it's just an Apple event. Nothing. Let's sit down. That's kind of what I feel.
This was a little over the top,
That's how I felt with
dramatic.
Like, it's like, and then I turned around. And there he was. I just couldn't. I didn't feel it.
Gotcha.
But then I love Ready Player One. So, and apparently Ready Player 2 came out, which people have been making fun of it. I think we spoke about this. People were like, Hulk Hogan walked in with Macho Man and the DeLorean while driving a Ghostbusters. Like, it's just throwing everything in.
That's funny.
I'm okay with pandering. So
yeah. And then the last bit of items in the news is that data miners from what was called the Giga Leak of all that Nintendo stuff that came out allowed people to see exactly what samples were utilized for Super Mario World. And they now have recreated uncompressed samples of the Super Mario World soundtrack. So
I like it. I know you said it was kind of weird.
It's weird because it doesn't sound like what we're used to. It's like too clean. It's too good. Like the grit, the distortion is not there that you normally hear. It's hard to describe. It's just it's really interesting to hear it not run through the necessary compression of the capabilities of the Nintendo chip. The
best way to describe it is, remember Napster, everyone?
Yeah.
When you would download a song, is you got like the studio version or the live version, and you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna stick with this version. But you didn't know there was a real version out there. So that's the version you stuck with until you heard the real one. You're like, something sounded off about it.
Yeah.
Someone's supposed to yell woo in the background of the song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it's kind of like. You're
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. I'm a genius.
So,
I hear my mom every day. You're so smart. I'm like, thanks, Mom.
But yeah, so it's kind of cool to hear what it started out as. It's also kind of similar to some people love seeing all the raw, high fidelity, sharp pixels, and some people like it after it's in the CRT and it's all kind of softened, you know.
Every game I play has to have scanlines if I have the option. I have to have scanlines. I can't have those pixel perfect games. It drives me nuts.
I like the pixels, so. But yeah, it's cool. So check it out. We'll have these articles all linked in the description. I got that one at NintendoLife.com.
I wish I understood data mining. Like, I still, in my stupid brain, do not comprehend Bitcoin or understand what is Bitcoin mining. I don't know what that means. I don't understand it, and don't try to explain because I will just be more confused.
This isn't
I
that.
picture, like,
This
people
isn't.
mine-
This data mining is literally opening up folders and looking at like source code and stuff. It's
I know, but
a
the fact that you're like, what did they hear to make it this? Like, did they hear like?
No, it's more like it's more like understanding the library that would have the original sound and the chips that were utilized.
See?
Like if they had the repository available of where the samples came from, or if they knew what the compression level was, they could maybe reverse engineer it and get an approximation. I don't know.
Yeah, my brain's like, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. But you know what?
It's all magic.
I'm smart in other things.
And
Like,
it made good YouTube videos for us to be able to listen to cool versions of the original songs.
there
So,
we
all
go.
right, man. Well, let's get to some sales before we talk about what we've been playing. So, we've got
So
some...
first thing was a free game on the PS4, and I was like, aha, I'm going to take this game because it was free. It turns out it was released yesterday. So it's actually a free game called We Were Here. What is it? I don't know. But it's actually a first-person game that is co-op. So check it out. It's free on PlayStation. I'll put that in the show notes. And PS4 is having a sale right now. I just got a couple of highlights. Nothing too crazy. Kingdom Hearts 3 is $17.99. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 and 2.5 Remix is $12.49. And Ace Combat Skis Unknown is $19.79. These are all American prices. Ace Combat 7 is fucking dope.
I've
love
heard
Ace
that.
Combat.
It's on, I think it's on Game Pass. But these are all PlayStation sales right now, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to bother with Xbox. Just get Game Pass. And Switch sales usually happen on Thursdays, so I don't have them yet. Unless they come up with like a super, super crazy sale. But even then, I mean... And Square Enix store is having like a Valentine's sale. But again, Canadian shipping prices suck balls. Biff Skylark, help me out here.
Skylark, like Captain Skyhawk. Or
I know, I keep forgetting. He is like weird. He's in the same... Like, he bought the Mario Game Boy trilogy, and I had to play it. And then I bought Project X Zone, and then I saw that he was looking on eBay for Project X Zone. And I'm like, that's weird. I just bought it off eBay, and I showed him the shipping prices. He's like, gross. There's a point to this story. I just don't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, the shipping. So Square Enix website has, like, they have, like, the PS1 games of, like, Final Fantasy. All the Final Fantasies, like, $10 each. They have, like, Switch games, like, half off for, like, $20. In America, it makes sense. I'm like, oh, fucking dope. Get that in a heartbeat. But then the shipping is like $30. And it's not one of those, like, you buy more games, the shipping gets cheaper. You buy more games, the shipping gets more expensive. So it's like, I can't, for a PS1 brand new sealed of Final Fantasy VIII, I will kill for that. But to pay $25 for a $10 game, I can't. God damn. I hate Canada shipping rates. I hate it. $30 for shipping from eBay for Project X Zone? I got free shipping, biatch. That's right, I said biatch like the 90s. And those are all the games that are on sale.
Sweet. So, Kevin, man, what you been playing?
So, I saw the credits to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. So, after I got my little groove on of remembering how to play the game, not like an idiot, it's the whole point of the game is combos. It's an arcade game, right? And there was a couple of times I had to look on YouTube and be like, how the hell do I get the secret tape? Because I know I did all this back in the day, but I don't have time to figure that out anymore. And then I 100% did everything. And it's cool because you get unlockable cheats and mods in the game. So you get like a tiny skater like the size like of your thumbnail.
Okay.
And you can see this little guy skateboarding, and then you can make a figure so big that you just see legs on the screen. So it's awesome. And then you have like unlimited balance, unlimited like no bails and shit like that they put in. And I remember that from the original as well. So I was like, oh, that was a fun experience. I actually 100%ed everything. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's this? I pressed R2 and it's like, oh, you did Skate Tour with all players. Now you gotta do skate story with each player. I'm like, delete. I'm not doing that with each player. I created me and I beat the game as me. I'm not gonna do it as Rodney Mullen or Tony Hawk. I'm good. So I finished Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, which is great. I can't wait for 3 and 4 and the best one, which was Underground. Underground was the best one. I fucking loved Underground, and then I fell off on Underground 2, and then Bam and Tony Hawk. Ugh, forget that. I didn't even play that one. I bought last year or 2 years ago Knights and Bikes on the Switch, and I never played it, but I have it. But then I found out my daughter was playing it, and then she asked me at one point to help her fight someone, and I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, I don't know this game, and I'm like, this game is 2 players. Motherfucker, why aren't we playing this together? So we started playing Knights and Bikes together. So what first happened was because the game is, I think Tim Schafer he's produced it or he's part of it somehow.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, I'm in for sure. She kept pressing A, so it's like dialogue. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, there's a story here. You can't just skip the story. So now I find myself reading the dialogue as the different characters and different voices for her to understand what's going on. Yeah, so it's I get to practice like my voice acting. I'm like, we're gonna go this way. Hardy ready. Oh, like I have a fun time. It's a great game. Pick it up if you can. And because I put in Death Stranding, and I went, all right, that took like 20 minutes for the game to load. I don't remember the last thing I was doing. Why is there a time limit? I don't remember the controls, and I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going. I'm not going to play this game. So I took that out, and I put Dead Rising 4 in, which is the game I started to play before I got all these other games to play.
Okay.
And I was like, I got to complete Dead Rising 4, and it's fucking awesome. I don't know if I've ever spoken about Dead Rising 4. It is awesome. Take everything you hated about the original 3 Dead Rising games and throw them out the window. You hate time limits? That's gone. You hate having to save on the toilets? That's gone. You hate having to bring the survivors back to the locker with horrible AI? That's gone. You hate not being able to change your clothes as much as you want? That's gone. This game is exactly what I wanted Dead Rising to be. You played Dead Rising, right? No? Oh my god, really? That was like the first game I played on Xbox.
I think maybe I was given an open Steam. It's probably gonna fuck the podcast up. I think maybe I played Dead by Daylight is the only one. I've definitely played no Dead Rising. Something by Daylight. That's what I've played.
That's surprising. So I know
I'm not a big zombie guy, so it's got to really have something pretty compelling.
So here I have 2 horrible stories. What are you gonna say? Sorry.
Unless this isn't even a zombie game, and I assumed it was.
Oh, it's definitely a zombie.
Okay.
Think of Dawn of the Dead, the original George Romero movie,
okay.
or even the remake. That's what this game is. Okay. Zombies in the mall.
Oh,
you have everything at your disposal. So here's 2 horrible stories about Dead Rising. The original Dead Rising game I played was Dead Rising. What's it called? The one for the Wii. They ported the Xbox 360.
Yes, Dead Rising, the one for the Wii. Yes, I remember that one.
So that's the one I played.
Okay.
And it was because the point of Dead Rising was look how many zombies we could put on the screen at one time. That's to show the power of the 360, right? The Wii isn't as strong as the 360. So where you would normally drive your car in a garage and just see mountains of zombies, in the Wii version, it was like 2D Doom figure cutouts of zombies. They didn't move. They were just like sprites as far as the eye can see. And so I played that version first, and when I played the 360 version, I'm like, this is better. I get it. The second thing is there's an achievement in Dead Rising to get like 74,000 kills of zombies because it keeps count of how many zombies you kill, which is the funny thing is that's the population of the city. Like when the opening credits show 75,000 population. So if you get that, you get an achievement. Remember that back in the day? We used to care about it. So I remember I was underemployed. I watched all of Married with Children. And all I did was jump in a car, go in a garage, and just run over zombies over and over and over and over and over again. I kept trying because remember there's a time limit. So you have to do this, and the car breaks down. It was a pain in the ass. And that achievement unlocked. And I was like, fuck yeah. It took me like forever to get this achievement. I turned off the 360. It didn't register the achievement. It popped up. I said yes and turned off my 360, and it never registered as if I never got the achievement. And I still... What are you shrugging your shoulders for? You know how long that took? You know how hard I worked on that?
No, I know.
It's a completing a game. The hardest. Okay, Cyber Shadow. you're about to kill the guy, and there's a new game plus. So you beat the last guy, and you've worked so hard on it, and you turn off the game before the little autosave thing happens. That's what happened. And you turn the game back on. You're
It
like,
sounds like you deserved it to happen.
I don't know how hard I've been working on this fucking game.
Well, then why did you turn it off? So
Because I was relieved. I was like, yes, done, off. I'm done. I don't want to look at this game ever again. And then
I
didn't
feel like you
register.
should know better than that. I don't know.
Anyways, Dead Rising 4 is Frank's big package. It's sort of a sequel, sort of a remake. I've heard people not like this game. I don't know why. You can change to billions of costumes. You can do selfies. I like selfies in games. That's
I know,
stupid.
you love
It's
photo
fun.
mode.
It's so much fun. It seems
So
like
stupid.
I know, but that's what's great about it. You can do like
So-
faces and like hold a zombie and
No.
like do a selfie.
I'm in the minority. It's an extremely popular feature. It is beyond me. I do not understand it.
I think it's great.
I know.
love selfie mode. It's so great. And there's different costumes. I bought Frank's big package, which has all the DLC in it. Get it? It sounds like his junk.
Yeah.
It has so you could like dress up as Blanca, you could dress up as Chun-Li, you could dress up as Ryu, sorry. And it's great. It's a fantastic game. That's what I'm gonna try to keep playing.
Cool.
In between playing Binding of Isaac. So those are all the games I've been playing.
Nice. I've been playing more Cyber Shadow. I've made it into chapter 9 since the last episode.
Ooh, there's only 10 chapters, right?
I think it goes 10 then final. I think I've got this and 2 more.
Oh, okay.
Some updates. It is Mechanical Head, not Mecha Head Studios, that developed the game. So my apologies on getting that wrong last week.
Damn right.
Jake Kaufman, who did the music, he's one of the best music producers, like just out there. Period.
I gotta check out this soundtrack.
He produced the soundtrack, which is why it's so polished. But the actual composer, the guy that wrote all the music, his name is Penta Drangle, and he's from Spain, and he's a genius. So
Right on.
was not prepared to give a shout out to Penta Drangle last week, but holy smokes, man, that soundtrack is just incredible. I think I mentioned that I'm extremely tempted. I'm probably definitely going to get, when I wrote this note, I said I'm extremely tempted to pick up Super Mario 3D World. I think I'm now definitely going to get it.
That's surprising.
And then the one game I have played a little bit of is I've started Control a little bit.
How's that?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
That's about all I can say. I've never played a Max Payne game. I've never played Alan Wake, so I'm not used to Remedy games necessarily. It's very weird so far. So yeah, I'll be curious to see if I've heard it's fantastic
too, right?
I'm sorry.
It's third person.
Yes.
I love third person. Okay, I'm in.
So we shall see. It starts pretty strong though.
Yeah.
Very trippy, almost a little cerebral in a way. So
I think I'm gonna put Death Stranding in my backlog. I'm just not feeling.
Just fucking kick it out, man. Get some.
I can't.
Get something you
I'm
enjoy.
interested in the story. I want to know what happened.
Go to fucking YouTube. I don't.
I can't. I started it. I have to finish it.
Okay.
Maybe not today.
Fine. Hey, fine. If you don't want to like playing video games, that's on you. I'm gonna choose to like playing video games.
How's Uncharted? How's Uncharted?
I don't know. I haven't played it in forever.
Exactly.
Exactly. I move on. I'm okay.
I'm gonna put it on my backlog. I'll get to it one day. Not now.
Oh,
We're on the
okay.
same page. Why are you yelling at me?
Okay.
We're both in agreement.
Oh well. Backlog means you're for. Let's be honest. Backlog means you might not finish it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not saying I'm not going to.
Oh,
Just
that's what I meant. Like when you said back, I'm like, just get rid of it. Just fucking give up. You're never gonna finish that.
It's
game.
really boring, and it's so complicated for bring this shit here. Like, what's all this?
So why?
It's overwhelming. Like my heart hurts. I'm like, oh, what are you showing me? Just tell me
Just stop
what
playing
you want
it.
me to do. No, I
Just
have
stop
to
playing.
know the story. There's a baby. I don't know what to do with it. It cries. I don't know. Why do I have to rock it? It's so stupid.
That's true. You don't. All right. That's going to be it for the show this week. Well, not the whole show. We got a little bit of it. We got a comment read from Sarek, but then it's going to be the show, I think.
Right on.
So our good buddy Zarek, who we haven't heard from in a while, so it seems like he's doing well. He says, nostalgia. You still use the intro? Of course we do. He says, I'm sorry about your cat, with a frowning face.
Yeah, sucks.
At 4:15, he says, you stumbled across an ancient argument. Many people say that Sam is the main character. Frodo is technically the protagonist of the story, but Sam is without a doubt the hero of the story and the character who the story is really about. The biggest clue to this is, if you didn't figure it out over the course of the entire series, is that the story only ends when Sam's character arc is completed.
Bringing Frodo to the volcano.
And technically, everything that happens before Sam showed up in the story is just prologue. It just introduced some of the characters and the settings. It's not until Sam shows up that the discussion of the ring and what to do about it starts, where he is literally dragged into the story by Gandalf. The story starts with the beginning of the Sam's arc and ends with his story arc. Think about all the endings for a Frodo story that were passed up. When the ring was destroyed, or after when they were rescued, or when he was newly crowned king, and all the subjects and the elves recognized that the hobbits were the true heroes and bow to them. Or after they return home to save the Shire, or even when Frodo leaves Middle-earth. Tolkien was a professor of literature, so he didn't accidentally pass up all these obvious ends. He chose to end it on Sam returning home to his family and garden. The things he spoke about wistfully throughout the whole story. Another clue to this comes from Tolkien talking about the time serving as an officer in the military. He said that the privates were superior to himself. Tolkien always had a deep appreciation of the working class, and that's what Sam is. Frodo is the rich upper class that Sam works for. I've only barely scratched the surface of this topic, and I've already written too much. I think just leave it where it's at. I believe I will just leave it at what I've written so far. That's a very good insight. I've never thought about it that way. I feel like in passing I've heard that, but never like some bullet points out like that.
I love deep dives like that.
Sarek's a master of it, that's for sure. He also goes on to say, Xbox Game Pass is so good. I've heard people say they're the Netflix of gaming, but that's not true. They're better than Netflix. Game Pass has new games on day one of the release, and it's cheaper. So good. So, yeah. I'm glad he's with me on that. Oh, no. What the hell? It's like, this is my whole life. He's always listening to us. I forget what that's referencing. Then he didn't realize that we came back, so he goes, that was a weird ending. That was an interesting ending. Like,
Scott, behind you. Watch out, Scott.
He goes, did you ever figure out what you forgot? I think you mentioned something about sports, maybe. Yes. NCAA football's coming back. God bless you. So, alrighty. Well, everyone, that's going to be it for the show this week. I want to thank Ben Landis and Cubby for letting us use their songs for intro and outro music. Please go to our website, classicelite.com, if you're looking for our RSS feed. But please leave us a review on your podcast catcher of choice. I personally really...
How you like the thumbnails. You want to say you like the thumbnails.
The thumbnails are sick. They are really good. Our social media handle is Classic Elite, Classic L337. You can email us at classicelite@gmail.com, and we have Amazon affiliate links if you'd like to support the show. Again, we'd be happy if you'd rate us positively on any podcast service that you listen to us. I want to thank you very much for listening to episode 336 of the Classic Elite Podcast, and we'll see you guys soon for episode 337.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice.